What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com, and today we're going to do a comparison of the 2017 Air Jordan 15, known as Stealth, versus the 2007. Now, I wish I had the OGs. Unfortunately, I don't in hand. I was kind of like looking for a deal for them a month or so ago, but the guy fell through on me. But anyways, we're going to do a side-by-side comparison, and for those that are interested in the 15s, the 2017 release, they drop tomorrow, January 7th, for a retail price of $190. A few things first. The 2017 is a size 10. The 2007 is a size 10.5. Also, retail price is $190 for this year's drop. And for the 2007, it was $150. And I believe it was only available on Flight Club. Now, I'm not talking about the consignment store Flight Club, but back in the day, Jordan Brand had an exclusive store that you had to be invited to. So you had to have an invite code in order to purchase stuff, and sometimes they only drop shoes on their Flight Club store. So the 15s was one of them. I only think it released there, and also the Eminem 2s. So there are a few differences, and even though the size is slightly different, you could still tell. Like, first up is the leather quality. So you guys already know leather quality isn't going to be there versus the 2007 release. It's a lot softer. I mean, there's not a lot of leather used. One thing they do share in common is the glue stains, though. I will admit that 2007 or 2017. Now, I'm not going to actually compare, obviously, to the OGs because I don't have the OGs, so I'm just comparing for what's pictured. But you can see the leather overlay. You notice how much higher it is and how much more you have on the 2007 release. The stitching is a bit more spaced out on this 07. Little bit thicker stitch line also. Again, these aren't big details. I mean, there are differences, but it's like, honestly, if you own the 2007 release, I wouldn't pick up the 2017. But you can see the stitch line is different. Also, the gray used on the midsole, it's lighter on the 17 versus the 07. I'm trying to get these best angles, working with this little space. Apologize. We might be able to tell that. Now, as far as the uppers go, this woven overlay, I mean, it feels about the same quality, but you're just going to notice more of a straight cut, straight line. I mean, again, that's kind of due to the lacing too. But to me, it just looks a little bit more crisp on the 07. This might be hard to pick up, but the little Jumpman that's on the rubber overlay on the toe. So it's actually a little bit darker on the 2007. A little bit darker red versus the 2017. I don't know if you could tell. It's a bit hard to tell. And it's just so small. And then this 2017 has silver lace tips versus a rose gold. Also, you'll notice the tongue right up top. It comes more to a point, but I'll get into that a little bit later. And it's kind of just like flat. Again, that could just be because they're in the box, but it just looks a little bit more like, I guess you could say, pointed. At the heel, this rubber overlay, it's pretty much the same between the two. Other than that, I mean, it's a little bit more darker. I guess the black or more of like almost has like a faded look, but it could be due to age. Both are dead stock. And but what you will notice is the booty. So the booty up here, it actually sits up a bit higher, exposing more mesh. It comes out a bit more. And this is the 2007 versus the 15. So the 15... less exposed. Now at the heel, So you're going to notice that the 2017, the red use is a bit more vibrant compared to the 2007. And then it's a little bit weird because down here where it's pretty much connects to the sole in that area, which I'll get to later, it actually looks a bit more dull. So it's like this vibrant red, and then it just goes dull, and then you kind of have it matches a little bit more on the 2007. Other than that, the font use is a little bit bigger, like you could see the 15:6, and that could be due to, you know, the size difference, but it's only a half size, so I don't know. This like mesh underlay, you could probably see behind it. Let me see if I could adjust the light a little better. That might show you a little bit better. Okay. So it looks more white, a little bit more spaced out. And this is the 07 versus the 2017. I hope you could pick that up. The medial side of the two, it's pretty much exactly what I stated for the lateral side. I mean, your stitch line is a little bit more spaced on the 07 versus the 2017. So, you know, and then the midsole area where it's gray, slightly lighter. So there's really not much difference here to really speak on. And just to show you a little better, the leather quality. Now we got the top of the booties, kind of showing you the liner too. So first up, we have the 2007. You're going to notice the shade used. It's more of a dark gray, maybe even anthracite hue to it. And more of that point. You're going to see it's like pretty thin. And then the Jumpman branding that's stitched, it's more towards the tip of the tongue. And I know people are going to say, well, it's a booty. It's not technically a tongue, but you know, we can call it that for this video. All right, so this is the 2007. Now we're going to show you the 2017. As you can see, the liner is black, and the tongue, it doesn't really like point out as much. A little bit more open. It's not really an issue or anything like that. I'm just, you know, you guys know how I do, pointing stuff out. And the actual Jumpman that's stitched, it comes closer or further away from the tip. Almost forgot about the insoles. So 07, 17. So check out the emblem. I mean, it's a little bit more of a different shape, but the 07 has more of a deeper red to it versus the 17. Now it's almost like faded in areas, and almost you could see like white. I wouldn't say faded, but more of a lighter shade of red. And then the actual insole itself, they're both black, but one is basically like more of a dull shade of black. Now on the 2017, here's the opposite side. Just your standard insole. And the 2007 has Zoom Air and the 4-foot and heel. Now we have the sole of the two. So again, it's going to be a little bit darker gray, but that connects to the midsole and the midfoot area on the 07 versus the 17. But I'm sure most of you expected that. I'm trying to give you a few different angles. So you can pick that up. And then where this hit of red is, also different shading. It's a little bit more of a lighter shade of red on the 07. And more, I guess you could say vibrant, a little bit more deeper of red, stands out a little bit more. All right, everybody. So that was your comparison of the 2017 versus your 2007 Air Jordan 15 Stealth. To be honest, I was 95% sure that I was going to pick up the 2017 release, but then I went digging and I found my '07 because I knew I was going to do this comparison regardless. But I was just like, you know what? I want something new. Might as well get it. But then I pull them out. They're in great condition. I look at the shape and everything, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with the '07. I'm just going to keep it and not pick up the 2017. But to be honest, they both have glue stains. The craftsmanship on both of them is not excellent by any means. The leather quality is a bit better on the '07 versus the 2017. But if you own the '07, I wouldn't even pick up the 2017. Just pass on it. And I do think they're going to sit. I know my local spot got quite a few pairs in. But I can't speak for everybody else. And other than that, I haven't heard from anybody else, any other retailers, about their quantities and anything like that. So $190 is retail price. They are dropping tomorrow. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you're picking these up or if you're going to pass. I know probably 85% of the comments are going to be pass, but that's okay. You know, we all have our own taste and we all can appreciate different shoes. But again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.